Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and you're watching channeling sessions that we do every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And myself and some of my members join us every week. And we bring channeling regarding places that we may use or be able to use on an individual case to remember our gifts, who we are, where we came from, what we need to see, all that. So with that being said, please remember that you are here today because this called for you. Whether you're here on the Sunday or you're here later, you found this because you needed to hear something that was said, or you needed to go to some place that we went to. Now, if you do not know how to travel like we do, you should set the intention to go wherever we go. And then this way you could have your own individual experience where you can maybe bring yourself to a balance, bring yourself to a loving place, and also maybe open up some of those memories that you have had of who you truly are, what your true path is, and what is it that you're doing here at this very moment. Um, so welcome both members that are here today. And we're going to start this by just closing our eyes, taking a few deep breaths just to settle our body down, our physical body, and to allow our body to connect to our higher self, to connect to our galactic family, to connect to the light beings are on the other side, whether they be the Council of 8, Council of 9, Council of 12, or any other council that is there that has been there since the beginning of time, the very beginning, even before the very beginning. So if you close your eyes again, make sure that you're comfortable, make sure that you're relaxing, and be open to this experience. I open the floor to our members. If there is something that you'd like to share, whether it be coordinates or experiences, please do so. Please feel free to share.
Getting 218 3 5 1 218 3 5 1.
Again, I open the floor if you have arrived there already and you want to express what you are experiencing, please do so. Now, as I am experiencing it at this moment, I am seeing two very large pillars of crystal on both sides, and I am standing in the middle of it. Um, it's kind of like guarding the entrance to somewhere. The crystals are very, very bright. They're clear, but they're giving so much light it's almost blinding. But uh, you can see the place that we're at is it doesn't appear to be Earth. I don't see the lush greens. Um, but I do see some trees and stuff, but I just don't see a lot of vegetation, as I could say. Um, the sky looks very different than if you were looking up from Earth.
I'm sensing that, if you will, on our side of the crystals, there is a gathering in a circular fashion at a table of all kinds of light beings. They're having a meeting about something.
Mhm.
Um,
Yes,
even at the table, there's some disagreement, and it's sort of refreshing, if you will, to see them interact, even though they're disagreeing with some aspect of what's on the table.
Mhm.
Um, and yet there's a definite sense a consensus will be drawn.
Yes, the best part that I'm seeing is, which I agree with you, is the fact that they are in disagreement, but they're discussing it calmly. They're
Mhm.
not they're not fighting, they're not creating negative energy. They're actually just basically everyone stating their point of view and why or why not, or this course or that course. But it's all calm, it's all full discussion, um, amicable discussions, and in a way, it's not destroying but building up to a good resolution.
Someone started singing. I think the song is what will be the unifying factor, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. And it's funny because I'm I'm hearing like an opera. I guess somebody's singing an opera, which is, very interesting in this case. And yet everyone is like coming down and listening, and each person, or each being I should say, is getting what they need to come to a positive conclusion from that song, for all intents purposes.
I think if I were bold enough to interpret what this individual has done, is reframe their frequencies
Mm, yes.
so that everybody kind of has the aha moment together.
Yes.
The force of the voice was needed in order to juggle the frequencies for everybody.
Mhm. And for everyone that's listening that will hear that song, you will also get a shift in your energy, um, to a much calmer state. More of, it's kind of like the antidote that you need at this very moment. So each and every one of us, not just those in the round table, is getting the benefit of that one song, because that song is built on frequencies, and each one of us will hear with our inner ear the proper frequency that we need on an individual basis.
I concur.
Now, I know we don't talk about private, but I want to, I'm getting the nudge that I need to express this. I'm feeling a lot more peace. I'm feeling that no matter what has occurred during the day or what has occurred during the week or the month or whatever, up to this very moment, people, very peaceful sensation that no matter what it will be for my greatest outcome, my greatest, best. Um, and I'm just getting that peacefulness of knowing, again, knowing and confirming that I know that everything will be okay. That no matter what occurs to me or around me, that there will be a very peaceful outcome. And, it's good to feel, let the human feel that peaceful energy.
And as you were speaking, I saw them rise from the table and exchange their own unique aspect of sharing peace. It's different for everybody. And yet there's a staircase. If the pillars are on the right, the staircase is more towards the left and back of the space. I'm not sure where the stairs go. Some are going up the stairs, some are going to other tasks in this area. I hesitate to say their own offices. That's not the right, but to their own responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. I concur. Yeah, it's kind of strange saying their own offices.
Yeah,
But the us being humans, we lack their vast vocabulary. And
well, in reality, I mean, to us it's an office. To them, it's whatever it is for them.
right, right. Each into their agreed upon assignment to cause that greater peace. Each working on that little nugget of uh, steps for the
It's interesting.
greater good.
Yeah. when you said that, I got a sense of a newspaper, um, media establishment getting the word out.
Mm, hmm. Yes, because obviously these were um, leaders or heads or representatives of each different council, each different type of light beings, working t- in coordination and in the benefit of us right now.
Mhm.
And um, so they are going back to wherever to pass the word out. Now, all of a sudden, I see a round set of steps just coming down, um, circular steps, I should say, just coming down, and then once it stops, it kind of lands on the floor for intents purposes, and on the surface of wherever we are, and I see a light being coming down, a very, very um, pure, beautiful light being. They're very long, long white hair. Uh, they're the gown is, for all intents purposes, it's a gown, very long, bluish color, radiating a beautiful, iridescent energy. And it's as they're coming down, the environment, even though it was peaceful where we were, just continues to elevate in the energy of peace. Just the peace feels greater and greater, and just increasing with every step that they take further down in that circular staircase. Um, I really can't give much more detail than that because I'm actually kind of blinded by the the light. It's so bright. Um,
To some extent, uh, I can see the outside
mhm,
of where we are, and the landscape has a lot of rusty red colors, and kind of reminds me of the American Southwest, the redness of the rocks and stone features.
mm,
Um, and the sky, it's very interesting. The sky is dark, but seeing the redness of the land is not difficult. It's not subdued or muted because of the darkness. It's like it's full brightness, but the sky is dark. Although every now and then it looks like it goes yellow, so instead of
mm,
dark.
mm. Definitely very peaceful. Again, um, majestic kind of.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and it's in a very different sort of way from what we would normally be used to seeing.
Hmm. Yes, I feel you're getting a message.
The light being is Lady Genesia. And she's pointing towards that window out to the landscape that Leaf just described.
Mm.
She wants us to go out and walk in those fields. Those fields will allow you to your feet, when you touch the ground, will allow you to discharge old traumas and pain. And as it goes into that surface and that ground, crystalline stones are beginning to form, and their radiance bounces back to you in a healed fashion.
Mm. I am starting to feel that. Mm.
As we were beginning to discover the area, I had been on the left eyebrow area. I was starting to feel pain, discomfort, as you might with a sinus headache. And so I went out on the terracotta. It went away. I mean, it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to describe.
Mm-hmm.
Most things are in these worlds for us mere humans.
Yep.
And beings around me are starting to laugh, releasing their own discomforts.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because we're not the only ones. There aren't just humans there.
Mm-mm.
So many different species of beings. And it's good to see because we're all just there. Nobody's pointing the finger, nobody's doing it. Everybody's just taking care of themselves and getting their own healing, and just a safe place to be. Cooperating, coordinating with each other. It's very refreshing. And it's a lesson that even humans can take away, that no matter how you are on the outside, you can still work together and for the greater good. And let everybody heal and bring Earth's vibration to a higher level.
Sometimes it's very human perception that if you're a light being, if you're an ascended master, you're whatever, yeah, that you still don't struggle with conundrums, I'll say. Because the obstacles, the conflicts are different for each entity, and yet they're still there.
Mhm.
And again, using a human term, the egos need to be discharged periodically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're starting to get ready to eat. A table has appeared, a long long table,
Mm-hmm.
and food has become present. Um, if, again, as a human, you think of food preparation and you got to do this, you got to do that, but it just appeared. I mean, there was no traditional concept of preparations.
Mm-hmm.
Taking only what they need. There's no need for excess. There's no need to become oversatiated. Even in a very desirable taste,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit seems to be more than sufficient.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And there doesn't seem to be an obsession about anything. It's just whatever is done is enough.
Mhm.
And what radiates more to me is the fact that they're all just sharing, participating, working together in such a lovely, unified way without competition, I guess would be a word. Um, Without having to prove anything to anybody else. And just being themselves. Such a great feeling there.
Turning to see starlights lighting up the sky.
Mm.
And even though this is more familiar to many of those who are sit at the table, everybody still is kind of looking at wonder and awe.
Mhm. It's a moment of being grateful and blessed by whatever it is that is occurring. That experience, they may have seen it thousands of times, yet every single time they treat it like if it was the first time, full of wonder, full of joy, full of hope, full of blessings.
Each entity at the table and those who are listening and participating have just received a very special crystal.
Mhm.
This crystal is beyond anything that we associate with crystals generally. It contains divine energy. It is to be respected. It is to be held special. And you can place it within your heart or in your soul for safekeeping, but it is there to reignite love and compassion, forgiveness, peace in a pure and wonderful form, allowing walls to come down,
Mhm.
even those that we think we need to protect ourselves, when in reality, maybe it's boundary respecting that needs to be accomplished rather than walls established.
Concur.
Crystal is very light.
Mm.
You might think that it would be weighty and substantial, but it's very light.
Yes, and
Okay.
I'm putting mine in my heart for safekeeping, and it's just as I put it in there, it just starts to radiate through the whole body.
I was putting mine in my third eye. That's what I was going to say.
Uh, Definitely. I'm feeling the effects. Just like a sigh of relief as soon as I put it in. And everything seems to be balancing off and um, aligning properly. There is no real effort in just finding joy and peace. It's all just there. Easily obtainable. And also clarity, discernment to know, like you were saying before, whether it's a wall that we need to put up or boundaries. Very different.
Mhm.
They are kind of giving us a hint that we should spend a little more time in the outside world there and then go back in because we need to go someplace else. So take the opportunity to get all the vibrations and energies that you need to. One really nice look around to take it all in. So that when you do need peace, all you have to do is envision this again and you will feel that peace coming in. It's kind of like the key to you telling the light beings that you want the healing you received. Anyone else?
No.
Okay. Mm. All right, here we go. 731, 234. 731, 234. And I got that right away is going to, wherever we go, we're going to get physical healing. So if we're hurting today, our back is hurting, it will be, the pain will be less. If it's a bruise that you got, the bruising will start to heal faster. It is definitely a quantum leap to healing. No matter
Interesting.
what it is.
For me, I've wound up in a, I will say zoo for the perspective that people can relate to it, but it's not animals contained in cages or anything like that. It's just an habitat.
Okay.
And the animals are there to help that healing.
Yes, they do have that magic.
Seeing a large black panther walking towards me.
Mhm. Beautiful, beautiful, shiny. Very soft looking coat.
You just licked my face.
Mhm. Now, if you notice, it has one green eye and one like hazel eye. Hazel, more of a very light brown color. Changing. One eye is changing. But one is like an emerald green color.
He's saying that the love and the peace experienced today during this time together is constant, in spite of the fact that there will always be changes around us, some that seem like there's a great deal of turmoil to it, and loss and pain. And yet, if we are true to who we are, we will be okay. Everybody has their karma to pay, if you will. And it seems unfortunate, but the changes that occur around us are also changes that we may not readily identify that we need, but they're there for good reason.
Mm-hmm. Concur on that one. I am getting to take as much in as possible because they're sending us back. They are saying, though, that the energy that we gather will still continue to increase as long as we welcome it from day to day to day. I am hearing though that before we leave, this is a great opportunity for them to remind us to be grateful and create that energy, that positive energy of how many blessings we have. And even sometimes what we don't see as a blessing is probably our greatest blessing. Sometimes what we don't have physically is more of a blessing than if we had it. Okay, Jazz. Anything else?
I got nothing else.
Leave.
There was a brief glimpse of a beautiful flower, but I couldn't pick up details of it. I just caught glimpses of color.
Nice, nice. All right, Jazz, take us down, please.
3 deep breaths. You take the third one. There are a set of steps headed downwards. It may seem like there's many, many steps there, but indeed there's only 5. So let's take the first step on number 5. Take another deep breath. Express your gratitude to those messages and to those beings who were present for you today. Or acknowledge your need for their guidance. Number 3. Under. Number 2. Be whole. Number 1. Everyone should be back at their 0, reclaiming the space from which you entered into this journey, being aware of sights, sounds, touch, feeling. When you're ready, you may open your eyes.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Leaf. Thank you to everyone who decided to join us, whether a light being or a human. We send many blessings. We send you much love. Stay true to yourself. Find that peace, find that love, find that tranquility and balance. We love you. Have a good one. Bye.